Yo, I've dealt with my share of covert narcissists in the past. And if you don't know what that is, we're going to get into it right now in this video because men need to learn how to deal with this. This is literally a life or death scenario for most men. Women like this will kill you. They'll either kill you financially, spiritually, physically, or if you're really one of the lucky ones, you'll get all three. Dealing with a female covert narcissist is something every man needs to know how to do if he's looking to date in the modern age. This is because covert narcissists are the definition of energy vampires. A covert narcissist needs your energy. They need your energy. A covert narcissist is never happy, ever. So just like a black hole, it's constantly pulling things into its abyss. And also just like a black hole, these women tend to look fascinating from a distance. They tend to carry a certain aura about themselves before you've really got to know them. I am telling you that that is the sign. I'm telling you that when you meet a woman and before you get to know her, she is already giving you everything you feel like you need in a woman, that is the sign. And I'm not saying that to discourage men who have found their partner in life from continuing. This is quite the opposite, because the difference between a covert narcissist and a woman that's willing to be by your side is actually night and day. A covert narcissist is empty. What she's going to do is that she's going to mirror you. Everything you do, everything you are, everything you think, how you act, your opinions, what you wear, will eventually be mocked by this covert narcissist. She'll start to pick up on everything and reflect it right back to you, just like a mirror. This works for, this gets men. This gets men. And the reason why is because most men don't know what kindness feels like. You know, most men feel invisible to the world. Most men feel like they have to beg for empathy or beg just to be seen as a human being. And these covert narcissists, they know that. So what they do is that they use it as a tool. They'll come to you, they'll talk to you, they'll get your they'll get your level, right? They'll get where you are. They'll gauge you, is what I'm trying to say. They'll be gauging you. Now, when you're with a woman who is genuinely interested in you, they won't gauge you. They'll test you, right? They'll get to know you, but not for the sole purpose of reflecting all of that back to you. And the reflection isn't a one-to-one reflection of who you are. The reflection is embellished. The reflection is exaggerated. The reflection they project back to you is exaggerated with, how can I say, fake love. The fake love that they give, what I think many people call love bombing, they'll add it to the reflection they give of you to disarm you. So this is a disarming tactic. They'll work to disarm you. They'll work to make you think that they're the one as fast as possible. They'll work to get you hooked onto them as fast as possible. And they'll use fake love, and they'll use sex, and they'll use money, and they'll use whatever they can use in order to get you hooked. Because the female covert narcissist is completely empty. They don't really have thoughts of themselves. They don't really have agency for themselves. As a matter of fact, I would bet that 99.99% of themselves, percent of female covert narcissists completely despise themselves. They hate themselves. They don't like themselves. You can't even talk about loving themselves. They don't like who they are as people. They've been through a lot in life. Many people have, but with these people, what they've been through in life, they take that and they hold on to it. And the darkness that we all have to go over, that we all have to get over in life, they embody it. Whether it's through childhood or choice, it's not your problem. What you need to learn how to do is deal with it. These ladies, once they get you hooked, they'll make you think that you found the one. You'll go and first of all, you'll tell yourself, I found her. She's the one. Then you'll go and you'll tell your friends. Then you'll go and tell your family, coworkers. And before you know it, you're completely caught up in their world. You've been swept up in everything that they've been planning, in everything that they've been plotting on when it comes to you and your soul. You see, the covert female narcissist wants your soul. They don't want to be your wife or your girlfriend or your best friend. They want your soul. What's going to happen, right? So they hook you, okay? And they put on a mask to do it, as I've just explained. And the mask is formed of you. The mask is formed of who you are in order to disarm you. They'll continuously do this. Many of them will even delude themselves and begin to play fantasies in their mind as to convince themselves that they're not playing this game again. They're not trying to destroy another man's soul. No, this is real love this time, is what they'll tell themselves. They'll give themselves that delusion. And they also might be trying to meet some of their own personal growth goals. Meaning they might be trying to feel loved for the first time or just feel anything at all. And you are the tool that they're going to use to try to achieve that. You're not the man that they're looking to support in life. You're not the man that they look at and they see your direction in life and they're like, wow, this is the man that I can live with for the rest of my life. Their goal is their own personal goals. Once they've hooked you, okay, and this process can take 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years. For the really, really lucky ones, 2 decades. They'll keep this mask up. And this is the really scary part. They'll keep this mask up. They're gonna continuously act. But here's the thing, you're gonna start to see the cracks. You are. You're gonna start to see the cracks. And these cracks that they hid from you in the beginning, you're gonna start to see them leak out. But most men become disarmed. At this point, they've let their guard down. So instead of judging these cracks, if you will, with a sober mind, they're now judging what they see as cracks in their own personal standard, not cracks in the woman's personality. These are personal standards that we set for ourselves. And we start to see those cracks, and then we start to make excuses for them. We start to say, oh no, it's not really, oh yeah, oh, but if it happened like this, or she didn't really, that's what we'll start to do. That is you giving up your soul. in case you didn't know. After 2 years, 2 months, 2 weeks, the mask will fall and their true self will come out. Whenever they feel like they've hooked you, the mask will fall and their true self will come out. And the true self is that they are the ultimate haters. Covert female narcissists are the ultimate haters. They hate you. A covert female narcissist will get with you so that and encourage you rather, to destroy yourself, to destroy your self-standards, your personal standards, to destroy your relationship standards, to destroy your life standards, and to give all the energy you use to create those standards and to create that life for yourself to them. That's why they do it. Why do they hate you? Why would someone go through all this effort, to trick you, or rather mock you and love bomb you, and for this long? Like, this is what I hear a lot of people say, and it's almost like they don't believe that this type of stuff is possible. But you need to understand, okay? They hate you because they hate themselves. They hate you because they can never love themselves. So how could they ever love you? How could you ever expect love from someone who doesn't see value in themselves? Who doesn't see value in their own thoughts and their own ability to get through things in life? What will happen is the delusion that they give themselves will fall. What will happen is the delusion that they give themselves will eventually start to contrast with reality. And this usually is when the cracks start showing. It'll start leaking. And at first, they'll do what they can to patch it. But eventually, since they know the truth, they revert back to who they are. They see their failures in your successes. These actions, like as a man, there are many expectations we have, and we have to take action in order to meet those expectations and goals. These actions that we take, many of us on a daily basis, these are what build us into the men that we are. This is what gives us that projection of godliness. These women seek to destroy that. Now, I've explained to you what a female covert narcissist is. I've explained to you how they operate, how they move, what they do in life in order to get their source of energy from one man to the next man, to the next man, to the next man. What should you do if you expect that she is a covert female narcissist? You need to run. You need to run away as fast and as hard as you can and not look back. Because the time that you would have thought that you were investing into something that's going to support you, that you thought you were investing into something that was going to, fulfill your life goals. If you're religious, fulfill God's mission. If it's going to be wasted. It's going to be completely wasted. And honestly, that might be the cheapest cost of dealing with a female covert narcissist. The wasted time will start to eat at you. It will eat at your mind. It will erode your confidence. The narcissist will be actively trying to erode your confidence. But then as you start to think about this woman, I've spent all this time and effort, even though we're not perfect as men, right? I spent all this time and effort doing what I can to set the standards for this relationship, for myself, for my life. And this woman is doing everything she can to subvert that, to destroy that. That level of guilt that you will have for betraying yourself, that level of, what am I doing? Why would I do that? That is the self-hate that the covert female narcissist has for themselves that they have now infected you with. And it will eat at you, and it will grow, and it will continue to grow unless you get them out of your life and as far away from them as possible, as fast as possible. It's not a joke. I mean, this is a very serious topic, and this is the type of situation I see destroy men the most, because they let their guard down completely. They let it down completely at first, and before they know it, they're caught in the web of the female narcissist. You have to set standards, very, very, very rigid standards when it comes to your principles in life, when it comes to what you're willing to put up with in a relationship or just with other people. But first, you need to set a standard of what you're willing to put up with yourself. So in conclusion, they'll act like you, they'll act like they love you, they'll make you believe they're the one. The mask will fall. You'll see the cracks. Don't ignore them. Use your standards to reinforce the way you address them. Use your standards to reinforce the way you deal with these type of women, and never falter. Don't break your standards, because they're waiting for that moment. They're waiting for you to break so they can pounce and turn you into another one of their minions.